Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and today I'm having a wee play with the Happiness Abounds set. This set comes as a bundle or just with the stamp set. It's up to yourself where you get the dies to cut out all the flowers, the leaves, and you get a couple of wee borders to go with it as well, which is pretty nice, but I honestly didn't bother with it. I got this set with my starting up kit, and I wanted to squeeze as much as I could into the kit, so I didn't bother with the dies. Feel confident enough cutting around the flowers. They're dead on to cut out, and there's a good variety of sentiments. So today I'm having a wee play with some lovely pretty prints paper, you call it, and I'm playing along with this to make a wee birthday card. This is one of the pieces out of it that I'm going with today. I think it's Calypso Coral, the colour in it, and there's lots of variety and lots of lovely colours. That's the deep greens. It tells you on the back exactly what colours you need to go. There's lovely blackberry bliss, I think. Lovely variety of colours for autumn. Nice designs, really dark evergreen green. I can't remember the name of it, but it tells you all the names of it on the back, so you'll be able to match up your card. If you're buying a pack of paper online, go to the bottom of the section of the paper, and it'll give you a list of exactly what colours of card you would need. And instead of buying one pack of rich raspberry or whatever, go and buy the variety pack where you get 2 sheets of each instead, and that keeps you going for a while without having to buy a full pack, unless you really want the full pack if you know you're going to use it. So the first ones that I've done, I've just taken the stamp and I've actually stamped it in a deeper colour. I went with one of the new in colours called Sweet Sorbet, and I've stamped it just to give it a wee bit of a lift directly onto my pattern paper and just cut round it. And then I added a few wee dots using the Stampin' Chalk marker, which gives the wee white detail there just to give it a wee lift. And I've chosen exactly where I wanted to put it so that I could get that wee design out of the paper without having to do any colouring in. It's great for those who would be a bit daunted. I'm even daunted myself. I'm not a brilliant colourist, but I do enjoy it, and I just wasn't sure what way I would go, so I thought I'd show you a wee quick variety of ideas to use instead of actually using your blends to colour in, and it is quicker. So those are the ones I'm using on my card, but I wanted to show you what it would be like if you went with a bit of embossing. So I'm using a very old and bad looking Versa marker, which gives the stamp a nice sticky feel so that the embossing powder will cling to it when I put it on. So I'm just using the smallest flower out of that set, and any good gardeners out there will know what that is. I haven't a clue. So I'm going to go up maybe here, like the look of that area, and just stamp that on. I'm going to let it take. And I'm going to go with Stampin' Emboss gold embossing powder. See what it comes out like. I haven't tried this myself, but I thought I'll see what it's like. Nothing to lose. So a good heap of that, and I'm going to shake it onto a bit of the paper, and you can see it is taken well there. So we'll get rid of this. And we'll heat this up. You can see it taking nicely there. That was really quick and painless and easy, and it really shows up well. And you could do the exact same for your leaves. I'd say they'd come out just as nice on the, this was the Parakeet Party, you call it, again, and in colour. You get tartan on one side. It's a 6x6 pack of papers, which I love buying the 6x6 inch papers. They're so good for making loads of stuff, and you get all the varieties of these colours inside. Anybody shopping this month, I'll send them out a wee sample of the colours so that you have them there at your hand and you'll know if you like them or not. Right, so we've done that and we just simply cut it out, and then you can set it wherever you want to set it. I'm going to cut its stock off. I don't really need it. I'm just cutting close to the edge of the embossing, leaving a wee tiny edge going around. And that's how easy it is to cut these out. And all the flowers in that particular set, all the bigger flowers anyway, not maybe the wee tiny ones, might be a bit awkward, but what I would do maybe if you wanted to use it as a wee embellishment, stamp them and punch it into a circle and then layer it up in the matching colours, and you've got a wee like embellishment, just easily made. You could put a wee bit of wording across the top by stamping your wording, cutting it out in a straight line and just setting it across it, which is a nice way to divide it. We'll maybe do a video on that someday, quick embellishments to make using your stamps. Oops. And there is a nice wee stamp, and as I say, if you put that on a different area each time, you're going to get a different look. And you can also go in with your matching blends if you want. Maybe just go with a lighter one and just add a wee bit of depth here and there if you want. Not a must, but it'll keep you, the embossing will keep you inside the lines. Just add a wee bit of depth around where you think it would be darker in the flower. And if you think it's too forceful, go in with your blending pen, which is a clear alcohol ink, which blends that wee bit, just softens the edges around your colouring in. And because you've embossed, it's so easy, you're not going to worry about going over the lines or anything, but it does help to give a wee bit of shading. So I hope you use those wee ideas if you don't feel like colouring in, if it's just too daunting, which it is some days even for me. So this is the card I'm going with. I have cut a piece of that paper. You can use both, either side. I actually was intending to use this side till I flipped it over and I really liked it, and I want to go to that side this time. Oops. So just for a wee change, I'm going to put this up. I found a new place for my lighting, so I'm hoping my videos come out a bit better than what they have been. I was getting used to this new room again and wasn't sure. I'm right at the window, and it's a big window, and it was just letting too much light in and everything was flapping all over the place. So this is actually a nail line, what they call a nail line card, where you get a sheet of A4 card, chop it down the middle long ways and put your crease in the centre, fold it in half, and that is your A-line card, which sits like the shape of an A. So that'll cover our fold for this week. Though I'm going to do the diamond fold for you as well, because it's a really lovely card and so easy. Now, if you had a nice embossing folder, you could emboss this wee bit. I haven't one, I think that's up to date, so I'm going to do a wee bit of cheap embossing using my own embossing board. I want to mark the line where the pattern paper meets the card. I can nearly talk today. So I'm putting that wee line in there, but I'm turning over because I want my embossed lines coming out like this at the other side, so I know not to go past that. So we'll work our way back, just running a line every mark till I get back from the tail right up to that crease, just to give it a wee bit of definition. It will mostly be covered with flowers, so it'll just be a wee behind detail. But it's a cheap and quick way again to add, oops, a bit of detail to your card if you haven't got an appropriate embossing folder. You can see that just adds that nice wee bit of detail. So now we want to go, I've cut 2 circles out of the layering circles. I'm going to put this one just right here, and if you get your flowers and arrange them where you think you know, look at them where you think they're going to sit nicely for you. I want the bigger one next. And then I'm going to have the smaller one there. And then we'll have the leaves. So it's always better to do a wee bit of playing about before you stick anything down. And then you can always go back in and do more leaves. And see where that brings you. And then you know this wee bit is going to go under them all in here. So if you're happy, then you know that's your basic layout. So I'm going to stick this flat just because I'm going to raise the flowers up and I don't want too much bulk. I'm going to stick this on anyway, and then we're going to do our, I'm not going to emboss the sentiment or anything, I'm just going to stamp it. And I'm going to go with the Parakeet Party because it'll tie the leaves in from it. And then we'll work our flowers around it. So the sentiment I've chosen is wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. And we're going to go with the Parakeet Party, which is a lovely, look, mine's got dots on it, which I was a bit worried about when it first arrived because I thought this is not going to work properly, but it is actually stamping all right. It'll work itself out. It maybe needs a wee rub with a spoon or something to spread the ink better. So get your wording where you think you want it to go. I never get these things straight, so not too bad. I didn't do too bad. So that's my sentiment in, and it'll tie in, as I say, with the leaves. I want to put raise these flowers up a wee bit just to get them up. Not too much on them. I'm using the bigger ones rather than the dimensionals because I have a bigger area to cover. So we'll start with our first one. And we'll work from there. So sort of arrange it, you know, that it's coming down over your sentiment nicely. And then same again for this, we'll just turn it slightly maybe so we're not covering the happiness too much. Just getting the tail of that in between the flower, and then this one can go below it. So, and then we're just going to curl our leaves up with scissors. And I'm just going to put a wee dab of the Tomboy glue just on the tail of the flower, or the leaf, sorry, and just pop it in where we think it looks nice. It would take you a right wee while hand colouring in. You'd enjoy it, no doubt about it, but if you have a couple of cards to make, you don't want to be sitting colouring in all day, you know. And you can work away at as many leaves as you want. The glory of having rubber stamps, you're not printing anything off, you're just sticking, cutting and sticking. So I might actually add another one there, but I'm pretty pleased with it. I think it worked out fine. And it's lovely, lovely bright colours, and it's a great wee way to do that. And you could also go in instead with your gold embossed or silver embossed or white embossed, whichever you fancied, or any colour embossing, any colour of ink, and use your clear embossing and you'll get that colour. So I hope you enjoyed that, and maybe give it a wee go. And as I say, I'll send you out nice wee samples of the new in colours so that you can see what they're like. So I'll catch us all again later. Bye.